All right. Well, let me start my video then.
I still see myself up there.
I got you. Cannot start it because the host has stopped it.
Yes, it's interesting. It's a little different on our end. Bear with everyone out there. In the meantime, Chuck, please tell us about what you chose today.
Okay, well, what I chose for today, I think it's Labor Day, right? So I should sing Labor Day songs, right? Songs about labor. And that's what I've got. So I guess I'll just go ahead and start. And if you can get the video going, that would be good. But
my video is just up there.
Huh?
Try it now, Chuck. Try it now, Chuck.
Okay, looking better. No,
hey, there we go. You got it, man. You're up. You're up.
All right then. Okay. All right. Well, let me see how we can go here. All right. I've got 3 songs here. This one's by Joe Glazer, originally by Joe Glazer. It's called Too Old to Work. You work hard for a living until you get old, and sometimes they push you right out of the cold. While you're working time through, you don't want charity, you'd like to retire with some dignity. And you're too old to work, too old to work. When you're too old to work and you're too young to die, who will take care of you? How will you get by? When you're too old to work and you're too young to die. They put horses to pasture, they feed them on hay. Even machines get retired someday. The boss gets a pension when he is too old. You helped him retire. You're out in the cold. And you're too old to work, too old to work. When you're too old to work and you're too young to die, who will take care of you? How you get by when you're too old to work and you're too young to die? There's no easy answer, there's no easy cure. Dreaming won't change it, that's one thing for sure. Fighting together, we'll get there someday. And when we have won, we will no longer say, you're too old to work, too old to work. When you're too old to work and you're too young to die, who will take care of you? How you get by? When you're too old to work and you're too young to die.
Woo!
Yeah.
Now this next one, I'm sure you have all heard before. And, I'm sure you all recognize it. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill.
Oh, Chuck, we're having some difficulty hearing you.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Try again. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there you go.
Okay. I don't know what happened there. Okay.
Live show.
I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you or me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, said he. I never died, said he. In Salt Lake City, Joe says, I am standing by my bed. They framed you on a murder charge. Says Joe, but I ain't dead. Says Joe, but I ain't dead. The copper bosses killed you, Joe. They shot you, Joe, says I. Takes more than guns to kill a man, says Joe. I didn't die. Says Joe, I didn't die. From San Diego up to Maine, in every mine and mill, where workers strike and organize. It's there you'll find Joe Hill. It's there you'll find Joe Hill. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you or me. He says, I but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, said he. I never died, said he. I never died, said he.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more for you. Now, this one, it's kind of interesting. I knew this tune, but with different lyrics. And, well, this version by Pete Seeger and the Almanac Singers, but you'll see. All right, I got to get myself together here for the beginning.
You got this.
The workers on the SB line, the strike sent out a call, but Casey Jones, the engineer, he wouldn't strike at all. His boiler was leaking, the drivers on the bum, the engines and the bearing, they were all out of plumb. Casey Jones kept the junk pile running. Casey Jones was working double time. Casey Jones got a wooden medal for being good and faithful on the SP line. The workers said to Casey, won't you help us win this? I don't have this tonight. Give me 1 second.
No
Hang on.
worries. You got this.
All right. I'm going to mute for a second. Give me 1 second here.
Woo.
All right. I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. The workers on the SB line just strike sent out a call, but Casey Jones, the engineer, he wouldn't strike at all. His boiler, it was leaking, and the drivers on the bum, and the engines and the bearing, they were all out of plumb. Casey Jones kept his junk pile running. Casey Jones working double time. Casey Jones got a wooden medal for being good and faithful on the SB line. The workers said to Casey, won't you help us win the strike? Casey said, me alone, you better take a hike. Casey squeezed the engine, ran right off the wheezy track. Casey hit the river like an awful smack. Casey Jones hit the river bottom. Casey Jones broke his blooming spine. Casey Jones turned into an angel. He got a trip to heaven on the SP line. Casey got to heaven way up to the pearly gate. He said, Casey Jones, he said, I'm Casey Jones, the guy that pulled the SB freight. You're just a man, said Peter. Our musicians are on strike. You can get a job of scabbing anytime you like. Casey Jones got a job in heaven. Casey Jones was doing mighty fine. Casey Jones was scabbing on the angels just like he did the workers on the SB line. Well, the angels got together, they said it wasn't fair. Casey Jones to go around a scabbing everywhere. The Angels Union number 23, they sure were there. They promptly fired Casey down the golden stair. Casey Jones went to hell a flying. Casey Jones, the devil said, oh fine. Casey Jones, get busy shoveling sulfur. It's what you get for scabbing on the SB line.
Yeah.